Don't just buy into the hype. Get the right ball for your game and the conditions you face. I'm Steve, this is Banner Knowledge Bowling, and we're doing a ball review for the Venom Hysteria. Let's go! All right, let's jump into this ball review. You know, the first time I threw this ball, I'm like, wow, is this ball strong? I can't get over how it's, shaping on the lanes. But what I really wanted to do was I had some traveling, I had a bunch of tournaments, and I got to throw this ball in some real tournament conditions, and I felt like that would be the best way to give you the best information around this ball. So what I'd like to do is throw the ball chart up here, and we're going to see that this is a medium light oil ball. But it's almost all the way on the right side of the chart. It's not all the way over. It's almost all the way to the right. And how do we get there? Where the first thing I'd like to talk about is the cover, because this has the propulsion MXV Pearl. Now, if that sounds familiar, that is the cover that was on the Evoke Hysteria. And what I love about this particular pearl is it digs in a bit. It's not the cleanest and most angular. It digs in, it can handle some oil, and it gives me a little bit more control, especially in the mids and on the back part of the lane. So it's just not down to the right and sideways. It kind of digs in a little bit. And when you think about some sport conditions or really some beat up house shots, how this ball can fill a lot of gaps. Now, we put this cover around the gear symmetrical core, which has been an amazing core in the Venom line. So when I think about the gear core, this is a core that really revs up quickly. So when we throw the numbers for the gear core, we're going to see this is a 2.48 RG. So that's a low RG, kind of revs up quick and gives us that control in the mid lanes and on the back part of the lane. And the differential is 0.34. So there's not a lot of differential. It's enough that it flares, but it's not like the heavy oil flare ball. So we can do a lot when it comes to attacking a lane condition. I feel like the gear core is so fantastic because you can change your releases and your wrist positions to really get on the ball, and you can make it stronger and maybe react more, or you can take your hand out of it a little bit because that spins up so quick, and we put a cover on it that's going to give us a little bit control. We can play some straighter angles too. Now, I drilled my Venom Hysteria 60 by 5 by 35. And when I got to throw this on some different tournament conditions, even on the longer patterns with higher volumes, when those lanes got beat up and I got to game 7 and game 8, boy, this ball would get through some of the dirt that was created from all the surface from earlier in the day. But because the cover is strong and that core is revving up, it's not going all over the lane, I could keep it in play, and certainly helped me get into the cash number and into the cut numbers in my tournaments. I also feel like on some house shots, we get a lot of shots where there's the puddle in the middle or the outsides are really, really hooking. And when you have some clean pearls, they either never hook in the oil or they get to that dry and they're just hockey sticking sideways. This ball, I feel, digs in a little bit and just doesn't jump sideways off the back. So you can do a whole lot with this ball in both your tournaments, on sport shots, and on your leagues and your house shot type tournaments. This ball is going to fill a lot of gaps. Let's go out on the lanes, let's throw a couple of shots, and we'll come back quickly and talk about it. Thanks a lot. we're back. I gotta tell you, I got a lot of great things to say about the Venom Hysteria. I do feel this is a ball that will be in most people's bag and will cover a lot of different kind of lane conditions. You know, if you look at the ball chart where we see it's that medium lights kind of on the right, I feel like we can move that up the chart a little bit and go left and right. We can even move it down and go on the chart and go a little left and right with it. So I feel like depending on how you want to drill this ball and how you want to attack the condition, it fills a lot of gaps. My best advice, go to your local pro shop professional, ask them about the Venom Hysteria, and make sure you pick one of these up really soon. You're going to be glad you did. Thanks.